Back with another episode of NBA Shorts. We have our guy Jackson Law joining us again. You can find him all over our YouTube channel. He posts videos pretty much every day. We're going to be talking about the New Orleans Pelicans. Jackson, in your opinion, are the Pelicans the single most disappointing team in the NBA this season?
From the hype that they were supposed to be getting from last season and this season, yeah, 100%. It has been so disappointing to watch them. Zion, I mean, he's continuing to do Zion things, but he's not the second coming of LeBron James. LeBron at this age was carrying teams to the playoffs, carrying teams to the finals. In his second, third, fourth year with the Cavs. And there's a decent supporting cast around him. It's just, I think the root of the problem stems with their head coach. Why would you go hire Stan Van Gundy? What about his track record made you think in the Pelicans front office, yes, this is the best guy that we want on our to coach our young squad? Did you not hear him talk or comment any other games? The dude sounded like an idiot up there during the entire bubble. And then along with his coaching record, I just never understood it from the beginning. They've been so disappointing, and I'm at a loss for words. They're losing to terrible teams and to good teams. Their best win they have on their record right now is a win against the Milwaukee Bucks, and the Milwaukee Bucks are a disappointment. They're not that great this season.
The Van Gundy hire was always going to be a weird one. We knew that Alvin Gentry wasn't the answer, but to go out of left field and take Van Gundy, who's never really had any success outside of one miracle Dwight Howard run, was always an odd hire. But to me, the problem here, when I look at their team, why would you give Steven Adams that extension? I mean, the rest of their supporting cast, in my opinion, Lonzo Ball, you're relying on Nickeil Alexander-Walker taking up big minutes, and what is he really out of Virginia Tech? I just think outside of Zion and Brandon Ingram, what does this team really have?
Not much. And the only reason why they beat the Bucks last night is because Lonzo had his greatest three-point shooting night of his young career. And no one is going to think that Lonzo is a spot-up three-point shooter. But believe it or not, that's how Van Gundy runs that offense. You talked about Nickeil Alexander-Walker. He's more of a spot-up shooter. He's better than Lonzo. They've been running a dual guard set with Bledsoe and Lonzo. And while I don't think Lonzo is going to be a huge name in the NBA, he's not going to be a big impactful player. You have the players on your team, you have to utilize them to their strengths. Lonzo's strength is when he has the ball in the open court on the fast break, making plays happen. He's not getting the ball anymore. He's not throwing half court lobs to Zion anymore. Everything is starting to slow down for them. And I just think it's the growth of Ingram and Zion. They're both just kind of where they were at last year. And that's what you don't want from your two young stars. One that was an all-star last season and one that is supposedly a demigod that has ascended from the heavens to bless us for the next 20 years of basketball. You want him to take a step forward, and he's not taking a step forward with Van Gundy. This made about as much sense as the Cowboys hiring McCarthy. That was the equivalent. That is the equal in this case.
That's a great comp. And I think another problem they've had is JJ Redick is really starting to show his age. He was an important player for them last season. He's really their only pure spot up 3-point shooter that you can rely on night in and night out. He's not quite the same anymore.
No, I guess he's starting to worry more about his podcast and his future doing that than he is about shooting efficiently from the field, which kudos to him. He seems to be the Pat McAfee. I forget how I'm terrible with last names. So Pat McAfee, he's going to be the basketball version of that more than likely.
All right, that's going to do it for this episode of NBA Shorts. Are the Pelicans the most disappointing team in the NBA? Jackson Law says yes. I think they've been disappointing, but they only have themselves to blame, in my opinion. That's going to do it. Make sure to follow Jackson, myself, Trey Daubert, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.